So as Chris and Roy are marching towards the head of the table, Chris will present very shortly to his own request. And it's, of course, Chris Tomlins from, as he put it, somewhere at the universities of California. And the commentator will be Roy Kreitner from Tel Aviv University Law School. Please, Chris.
Okay, so I want to proceed in a slightly different way than we have been proceeding so far, by being very, very brief at the outset, then giving Roy as much time as he wants, and then I would actually like to engage in dialogue rather than collect questions and answer them in bunches, largely because I'm absolutely hopeless at keeping track of serial questions. So this presumes that people have read my paper, and that may be incorrect or conceivably unfair. Nevertheless, what the paper is about, this is one of a series of papers that I have been writing over the last couple of years, all of which are sort of cuts at, slices into experiments with different ways of trying to think about how to write a history of Nat Turner and the Turner Rebellion. Turner Rebellion is a slave rebellion, takes place in August 1831 in Virginia. Turner and several other people basically one night they kill a family, they recruit several co-conspirators, or they proceed in this fashion over the next 36 hours, killing one family after another, recruiting slaves until about a group of 60 or 70 rebels are confronted by a militia party that rides out from the county seat of Southampton County, Virginia, the town of Jerusalem, which I always think is a very significant name. And the militia disperses the rebels. It's the first of a series of encounters that over the next 24, 48 hours completely ends this brief, bloody episode. This particular paper is about William Styron's book, The Confessions of Nat Turner, which was written in the 1960s and became both famous and notorious. It was Styron's biggest literary success by far in his career to that point. He goes on, as probably many of you know, to write Sophie's Choice next, and in Sophie's Choice, in the character of Stingo, which is Styron's representation of himself as a writer, he allows himself to say that he considers The Confessions of Nat Turner as his best book. The book itself, the novel, The Confessions of Nat Turner, for various reasons which I go into in the paper, is both extremely interesting and highly problematic. The particular element of it that, one of the elements of it, many of the elements of it interest me. One of the elements, or the particular element of it that I pursue in this paper is precisely what Styron thought he meant by calling it a meditation on history, which is something that he struggles with throughout his own explanation of the book, which he never satisfactorily explains. He never finds a way of explaining, and over the course of being interviewed repeatedly about his book, he kind of moves around from one explanation of what he means to another, all of which are inconsistent and some of which are self-contradictory. So that, in a very, very, small nutshell, is what the paper is and what it's about. And now Roy is going to tell you what it's really about.
Thanks, Chris.